Good morning, traders. So we're still using the Bill Williams and looking at the Aussie, the South African top 40. Now, I've started off on the weekly and basically highlighted the two inside tails. This is the first one here, which what we're flirting with right now. And this is around 46,996. Let's just call it 47,000, somewhere around 47,000. And this top level here is the previous inside tail, as well as a couple more to the left if you look a little bit further to the left. And that level is pretty much 48,560. Okay, so those are my two weekly levels. And the other thing to take note of is this 200 EMA on the weekly is pretty much right here where we are at the moment. Okay, so we've had two tests at this level. Would expect a third attempt. So there was our first attempt. This is really our first attempt here. Sorry, there's two attempts at this level. Then we broke above it, come back. So this is pretty much what I expect again. I expect us a gap up, and we're looking at this 4,700 to see what happens there. Oscillators they've got a lot of scope here for a move to the upside. And also bear in mind that we have been creating high highs and higher lows up until last week. Last week we created a lower high, sorry, a lower low. There was a previous lower low, here's a lower low. Now the question is, are we going to create a lower high, or are we going to create a high high? If we create a higher high, then what you do have is pretty much a megaphone. Okay, so that's kind of what we can see at the moment on the higher time frames. A little bit of confusion, not something that is standing out for a trade, and we could very well have a trend change. That's basically what we can see here. So you can see we pulled back, test the alligator break, did get below the alligator, but we've closed above it again. Okay, so what we want to do now is just follow on the lower time frames. Okay, so this daily gap will more than likely close. But one thing that is concerning is the fact that we are overbought at the moment. So I would expect this 47,000 area to be another entry for a short. Okay, that's just kind of the way I'm looking at it at the moment. If we get down to the hour, we can now start looking for some short-term some short-term setups. So right now what we have is a channel. We are overbought. Okay, so I just want to get back to what's happening on the international markets. So obviously Friday we had some good data come out for non-farm payrolls. So that's still happening at the moment. 10 cents up 1.7%. We had the NASDAQ that was up 4.4%, and right now it's up 0.4%. So I strongly suspect the gap up. More than likely this opening gap here will close. And then the question is, what are we going to be doing? Okay, so I'm going to adjust this line to there. That would give us gap close plus a test of the inside tail. That's 47,089. And obviously what we're looking for is to stay below 47,300. If we stay below 47,300, which probably is the one that makes most sense. We do have another daily gap above there. But that's kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. So let's get down to the half hour, and then I'll give you what the summary is. So, sorry, I'm just looking at this channel. So if we do get a gap up, this could be sort of an exhaustion break and then a pullback. So there was a previous swing low. We have closed above it. And we are pretty tired here. So I'm expecting some kind of a pullback soon. I just can't pinpoint exactly where it is. So the one thing that I do see is if we do break above this, okay, then basically what's happening, if you look at the trend lines, let me just delete this one. You'll get another one up here. And then you'll get another one like that. So you can see how it's getting steeper and steeper and steeper away from the original trend line. So you keep breaking up to the upside. So if you draw a parabolic curve, you'll see that's where the parabolic curve comes in, sort of around the side here. Now, concern that I've got is we've got some upside targets, and I think trade with the trend until then, and for now the trend is to the upside. But this 47,000, between 47 and 47,300, I'd definitely be looking for a short off that area. At least to come and test one of these breakouts or this moving average. Okay, and I'm taking that off purely what I see on the 4 hour, because you get smaller, smaller, bigger. Now you're probably going to get a gap up, maybe an indecision bar, or even another strong green bar up into this area, close these gaps, and then we're looking for a pullback to come and test the alligator, to come and test the 200 EMA, or even one of these breakouts. Okay, so it could be a trend change, highly possible, but one thing for sure, I think I'll just wait and see what happens. Get rid of this noise. Just wait and see what happens today. So my play at the moment is I'm watching. Depends how big the gap up is. If we have a smallish gap, and then a pullback, and then we start moving again, definitely take that long. Okay, keep the low, keep the stop below the low of today. So whatever today opens up as. In other words, if we gap up, let's say we gap up to there, okay, and then price rallies off this to there, and then during the open you should see it come back down either to a Fibonacci of this first half hour move, or alternatively come down to test the bottom here. As soon as we get some kind of positive price action on a lower time frame, then we are long, and we're long up for that target there. Okay, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the play, and then your stop loss will be below the low of the day, the opening low. So that's kind of my play today. Looking for probably a long, but it's going to be short-lived through the day. 300 to 400 points possible, and then I'll be looking at a short entry at a higher point. Okay, but definitely looking at a short entry somewhere off this inside tail of 47,200. Yeah, somewhere around 47,200 is what I'll be looking for a short entry. Okay, now just be wary. The short entry could just be a move to test one of the breakouts where you're going to go look for a long entry again. We do have a potential trend change, but nothing convincing yet for me. We're going to have to break above these previous swing highs here and close above them with a 4 hour for that to have any effect on me. And if I look at the oscillator, I'm a bit wary looking at that, because I'm expecting price to, well, I'm picking the bears to step in off one of these levels higher up. Okay, so that's my view on this for today. Gap up, bit of a rally into these levels here, at which point I'm looking for a short, and the short could be just a retracement, could be a move back down to 200 EMA, or test the alligator. We could be forming a relatively large range as well. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at things at the moment on Aussie. Anyway, I hope that helps. and I will catch up with you guys later. Enjoy the day. Cheers for now.